StreamYard conked out on me again. That's 3 times now. I'll wait for you guys to show up. I'm glad that you were with me on StreamYard, but StreamYard didn't want to cooperate. So I'll just wait for people to show up. Sorry. Hello, hello. I'm trying not to be pissed off. It's the 3rd time that I went on StreamYard as a service that streams, you know, it helps me to access YouTube, and it's supposed to be better, and the letters aren't backwards. I am telling you what, the guides are testing my patience. You felt my frustration? Yeah, well, here's part of the frustration. I was going to have a special guest on, and now I can't. And you can blame Mercury retrograde, but Mercury wasn't retrograde when this happened before. So welcome to the Psychic News Network. I'm done bitching about technology. And I have sage spray, and I'm going to spray some sage spray, and it's been quite a day for news. Thank you for being here. Please hit the thumbs up. Thank you for hanging in there and waiting for me to figure this out. I didn't figure it out. I'm gonna have a long talk with StreamYard. Anyhow, let me see if yeah, hang on, because I was gonna have Kathy on, but now I can't get her on, so I just have to let her know. Oh, she's gonna phone in. Alright, so let me tell her to wait 10 minutes so there's more people. Never mind. Okay. I'll have my ringer on. She's on. Are you in the chat? It's Kathy Beal, our resident astrologer. I was going to ask her for a few words tonight. So, oh, she has Greg Abbott's chart. Definitely. So she's going to phone in. I told you just to wait 10 minutes so more people will be here. So I have my ringer on. All right. So we're in a war in the United States. So, you know, everyone's feeling the tension. So everyone's going to be exceedingly positive tonight, right? Like you all do. You're going to be exceedingly positive tonight. And people will find us, don't worry. We're in a war. The United States of America has entered into a type of a war. And yeah, it's been a spiritual war for a while. And now what we're in a war because there's been this long-standing attack on our democracy and on our rights. It was incremental for many years, and now they're going for it. Now they're going for it. Everyone must stay positive tonight. Whenever I feel dismayed or distressed about what's happening in our country, I think about Ukraine. I don't want to talk about Merrick Garland tonight. Please, let's not talk about Merrick Garland tonight. My whole impression of what happened to Merrick Garland was he got in the position that he got in as Attorney General, and just received threats that he was going to be murdered and his family was going to be murdered. So I don't want to get into that. Since I'm now on YouTube, I'm going to plug in my microphone. Unless you can hear me okay. Can you hear me okay? Are we good? You can hear the seagulls and everything? So let's not rehash the Merrick Garland stuff and all that, okay? Alright, good. You can hear me. You hear the motorcycles and the seagulls. I hope you caught my video this afternoon from the beach. I almost went under with the high tide coming in. All right, good. Sound is good. Excellent. The volume is a little low. Okay. Hang on. Because I find it's annoying to me. Let me plug this in because it'll be just a little bit louder. And I am looking into, because I'm so rich. I'm kidding. This makes it a little bit louder. I'm looking into a microphone that I've seen podcasters use, and it's called a Rode. It's Rode. And so we'll see if I can get one of those. This one's not working too good. A friend of mine gave me this microphone. Okay. So tell people that aren't paying attention that they're trying to, in one fell swoop, or they're orchestrating a coup. This coup is different from the January 6th one. It's a continuation. All right, it made a difference. I thought it would. Thank you for all of you for being so accommodating. They want to turn us into Hungary initially, and then we'll see. Every time I've read on Dumpy recently, I am getting the Four of Swords, which it means terrible health. So earlier I was just saying that whenever I think about what we're going through in this country, I think about Ukraine, and I think about Gaza, and then I count my blessings. So let's all be in that headspace. I'm just asking, if you can. I'm just asking if you can do that. Let's be in the headspace that, we have a lot of challenges, but let's not get in a complaining headspace. And I'm telling you this because it's going to help. I'm not trying to be bossy. But the moon is in Sagittarius, and we tend to be bossy. Okay? It's part of the reason that Grassroots of Democracy ended, was that, it was like we seemed to move into a place where we lost our perspective. He was glitching yesterday, yes. Okay, so we have to be strong, like the French Resistance. This is a revolution. This is no less than a fight for our lives. Okay? So, hey, Irene. I haven't... Oh, it's Tuesday morning in Australia. Welcome, Australia. We love our foreign friends so much. Thank you for being here. I was just looking for my bell. Now, I asked Kathy to call in 10 minutes when more of you were here. And as I said, I tried to get her on StreamYard, but StreamYard wouldn't work. So if you're in the chat, Kathy, you can call anytime. I'll start with pulling a few cards about the Democrats. When I was out at the beach today, I did a reading on Abbott and Paxton, so we got that out of the way. I get that Abbott is very upset about that it's not going too well. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll call you. I love when I tell people to call me and I have it on Do Not Disturb. On Do Not Disturb. That was my fault. That was my fault. I can hear there's a delay because I heard myself. On Do Not Disturb. That was my fault. That was my fault. I can hear there's a delay because I heard myself. I feel like I'm in one of those radio shows when somebody calls in and the radio announcer is going, "Can you turn off your radio?" Those radio shows when somebody calls in and the radio announcer is, "Okay, here we go. Turn off your radio."
Hold on, turning my speakers off.
Remember that?
Turning my speakers off. Okay, how's that?
Good. We can hear you, yes. Can you hear Kathy?
All
right. So what we're going to do is, Kathy's got Greg Abbott's chart, so we're just going to talk as if we can see each other.
What we're going to do is, Kathy's... Right.
I can still hear me in the background.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
There. I threw the headphones on the floor.
Okay.
Hold on, let's see.
They can hear you. They're happy that you're here.
Hello, everybody.
The disembodied voice.
That's. Hold on. Okay, is that better? Not hearing yourself?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't hear
Okay.
myself now. Are
Okay.
you, is she loud enough? I have you on microphone. Not too good echo.
I turned the sound on my system down to like nothing.
Hang on a second. I think I can Bluetooth you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Someone's saying it sounds okay. Great.
All right. I have this little lantern, this new thing, and it's Bluetooth. Okay. So you have Greg Abbott's chart?
Yes, I do. I can barely hear you now since you did that.
All right.
All
well,
right.
Go ahead. I'll just shut up.
Okay. It's important for everyone to pay attention to Mercury retrograde right now, because Mercury this week is moving to the degree where it's going to station retrograde on the 11th, but it's going to sit there for a while. And as it does this, it moves across Abbott's moon. More importantly, it's doing stuff in Abbott's House of Legislation that is going to lead to probably lawsuits very soon. Lawsuits against him because of what he's doing. Does that make sense? Because he claims that he has the right to remove the legislators that left the state and replace them. I think if he does that, there will be a lawsuit, and it's not going to go well at all. Also, bad juju coming at him early in October, probably having to do with some shit that went down, pardon my French, at the election in 2024. That would not be surprising. Also, well, just in general, it's important for everyone to know, and you're hearing me okay?
Yeah, but you said I can't talk to you because you can't hear me, right? Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me okay?
Yeah.
It's important for everyone to know that this week we have a really major configuration in the sky that is going to whip up lots and lots and lots of information and talk and revelations and action on shit that went down recently. I know I keep saying that word, but when I look at his chart, it's kind of full of it. And a lot of people being really, really mad, and a lot of backhanded action, which is basically what the Texas legislators did. They didn't directly attack it. They just moved to the side and left the state. And I want to tell all of you out there who aren't from Texas that there is precedent for this. In the late 70s, I don't remember what the issue was that the Republicans were trying to force on the state, but about 30 people, 30 legislators got on a private plane and went to New Mexico and just holed up somewhere, and they were called the Killer Bees, B-E-E-S. So this is a recurrence of something that's happened before, and as this is happening, Pluto in the sign of the people, but also really, really big money, is pressuring how Abbott does things and deception that he uses, and maybe some entertainment purposes only, improper funding that's involved in whatever he's up to. Hold on. I'm losing my... So, and whatever that is not going to go away. It's going to be even greater next year. And there is a challenge that's building to his staying in office, and I would expect him to be voted out next year. Not this year. He's not up for re-election this year, but he will be in 2026. And there is an indicator here of someone who has been an ally going after him and torpedoing him. It's time for him to basically leave what he's doing.
All right, hang on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's great. Okay, so it looks like the Democrats are going to be okay.
I have no idea. I think they're going to end up filing a lawsuit.
Yeah.
I mean, Abbott has apparently already sent the marshals out throughout the state to try to arrest people, but they're not in the state. And I'm sure there's going to be some performative stuff of, trying to arrest them in Illinois for accepting hospitality from Governor Pritzker. Because some of them were in Chicago. He'll do whatever he can, and they may well get away with this. I would not be surprised if he just announces that he's removing them and kind of forces their hand to file a lawsuit, which would happen really quickly. And then what happens, who knows? The Texas courts, no telling what they would do. I would say that the federal courts are kind of a lost cause at this moment in history, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you know what I always think of is Joe Biden appointed all those judges before he left. A lot of them. And so...
But we're talking the Fifth Circuit and then going to the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court is poised to issue a shadow docket ruling on Friday that doesn't have to have argument or opinion, and there is it has to do with Louisiana's voting rights, and there's wide speculation that they're going to gut the Voting Rights Act, in which case this is just going to fall in line with it. So I would encourage people to be prepared for Texas to go through the motions of ramming this redistricting through and then lawsuits coming.
All right. So can we maybe do a pop-up this week so we can really talk?
Sure. We can try, yeah.
Yeah, because I have a lot of questions. And I want to go back and forth, but it's hard to hear you and talk to you unless I have you on Bluetooth, and then you can't hear me. Sorry about that. But that's...
I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you fine.
Yeah, I don't know if the other people can hear. Can you hear, Kathy? Because I took you off Bluetooth. Can you guys hear? Well, there's 215 in the room, and they haven't left, so...
Oh, Maria says yes. Okay.
Okay. And California is ready. I feel like that we need to go through this exercise. In a certain way, we need to go through this exercise to wake people up. And I see democracy winning. And I see, we don't really have time to talk about Kamala probably, but I definitely see some things going on behind the scenes. Like they're making plans too.
What I can tell you about that is there is late in September an aspect that is going to reawaken all of the 2024 election issues.
Yeah.
And it happens pretty much on the day her book is going to be released.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And also at a solar eclipse that's going to wash a bunch of stuff out.
Yeah. So we're going to hear the most heinous, horrific things, as if we haven't already, about Dumpy and all the cheating and everything else, and the Epstein stuff. The question really, I think, on all our minds is: are we just going into this zone where America's just, a shithole?
Well, what it looks like is August is bat shit crazy. August, it's like we're flying in a wind tunnel with a terrific amount of anger
Yeah.
and spiritual guidance.
Yeah.
It's really paradoxical.
Right.
And willingness to fight like crazy. That'll kick in along about the 7th or 8th. So as we get into the week, that will become more pronounced. But the other piece is people who float around and watch things online about astrology are going to hear something about an air grand trine, because there's going to be this giant round robin of energy once Mars, planet of action, enters Libra. It's going to flow from Mars to Uranus and Gemini, shocking, liberating news, to Pluto in Aquarius, redistributing power, but also bringing a bunch of secrets to light. And as this happens, Mercury is going to hit where it's going to do its turnaround, and it's basically banking the fires for almost a week, playing into this. So there'll be a ton of information from the past, and also from Mercury's retrograde, which started July 18. So there'll be tons of stuff from the whole Epstein thing. That'll be big. But on top of that, Pam Bondi has just convened a grand jury to look into Tulsi Gabbard's ridiculous, cooked up 2016 Russia investigation complaint against Obama and his administration. So that's going to be going on during this, and Mercury retrograde always brings up stuff from the past.
Do you know why she's doing that to Tulsi?
No, Tulsi made a criminal referral a couple of weeks ago against Obama.
Right.
And then today it was announced that Pam Bondi has convened a grand jury to look into this. I don't trust this administration to present truthful information. However, please, everyone, keep in mind, they have just opened up the first Trump administration to being discredited. They brought it up.
That the first Trump administration would be discredited?
Don't you think? Because of the Russian interference. So they brought up this whole thing about the Obama administration at the end of its time tried to interfere with the 2016 election with what they're now saying is this Russia hoax. I will point out that Marco Rubio was the chair of the Senate committee, the Judiciary Committee, that said there was Russian interference in the 2016 election.
Yeah, he did.
So they've reopened this whole thing for discussion. This will not benefit Trump. It will not benefit Trump.
So what do you think their motive is?
To try to distract. They're going to make Obama
just distraction. Okay.
Don't you think? I mean, they're going to make life hell for Obama. They may.
I don't get that they will. I don't.
Okay.
I don't, and I guess that's where my reading would come in. I've had such a hard time wrapping my mind around what the hell they're talking about with the Russiagate, and then bringing Obama into it, and then convoluting the story, and so I've kind of missed the plot. You know, like, what are they really after? You think it's just distraction?
I think that's a big part of it. Obama is a convenient target for Trump.
Oh yeah, well, Trump is so racist, and he's so jealous of Obama, and you know how he is.
Right.
I also see them doing this, with like the whole Epstein thing, right? They're kind of doing it with the whole Epstein thing too.
Right.
So all this twisting the truth to where we are we're really getting the opposite of what happened again and again and again. Do you see any aspects that where I don't know if this would show up astrologically, but where truth would just be, like in the tarot, would be the Ace of Swords.
Well, what we do have going on right now is that he whose name I do not want to say is hoist on his own petard, all right? He has been caught in his own web of lies.
Yeah.
And he can't get out of it. So he's trying this, trying that, doing this, doing that.
Yeah.
And the eclipses in September are almost insurmountable for him. And including his health.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's going to make it another month, but I've been saying that for a while. What was I telling you yesterday? It seems like they're giving him formaldehyde or something.
It seems that way.
So, all right. So I guess we should close this out just for today with one major question, which is I want to know what this full moon is going to bring on Saturday, because I feel like it's going to be really big, and I feel like it's going to be good.
It will be incredibly big, and it's a full moon of leaving things behind.
Yeah.
Of saying, I am sick of this, I'm done with this, and that grand trine energy I was talking about, of this unbroken flow from Mars to Gemini to Pluto, is packed into it. The moon itself doesn't really have any big aspects, but the ruler of the moon is part of that flow of energy.
Yeah.
And it will, when I cast that chart for Washington, D.C., it has all kinds of stuff involving big money, tech, and foreign interests being brought to light.
Yeah.
And also massive plot twists involving Congress. Big changes involving Congress. And an inspirational leader coming to the fore. Now, who might that be? Well, we've got several
Let me think.
people. There's several people, but there's one in particular.
Yes, it's so interesting because, like, you know, you and I over the weekend, we were kind of going back and forth, you know, like we're calling each other to talk each other off the ledge, sort of. But despite how horrible this past weekend was, I also feel a complete turn around of circumstances and situations. It's almost like it's reaching its tipping point.
I agree, and I encourage people to look at from the perspective of what is being revealed, and particularly what's being revealed from the past 3 weeks. There is this Mercury retrograde turnaround is activating the North Node of the U.S. chart. The North Node is our karmic path.
Yeah, right. Our destiny, right?
And it's really reactivating us being a leader. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, that's the best news I've heard all day.
I know. And there's one other thing I want to throw in to everybody. On the 12th, we have an uncommonly beautiful, beautiful aspect. So, on the 12th, after this full moon, there is an aspect that enhances indulgence and taking care of yourself. I want to encourage everybody to think of what is something, and it could be simple, that you could do to treat yourself, to be really, really nice to yourself. I've declared it take your teddy bear to work day, but, you know, it's going to be different for some people. Just know that whatever gets revealed and released, and whatever we walk away from growing out of this full moon, and it's going to be close to Trump's Pluto, all right? So it's going to be dealing with, possibly revealing, oh, that's interesting. I just saw that. Oh, my God.
Oh, she just saw something.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is going to engage the planet of disruption in his career house, which also rules his health.
Yeah.
Something is going to be revealed that will be extraordinarily destabilizing for him.
On the
I know I keep
12th?
saying this. No, this is on the full moon.
Oh, okay.
At the full moon, there's something extraordinarily destabilizing for him, health and career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch me sob.
It's getting bad, and it's funny because today I keep getting the Four of Swords, and that's really poor health. And today I heard this morning that he canceled all his appointments for the day.
Did he now?
He did, yeah. So I think he's feeling really terrible physically. And I don't think he wants to do the job anymore. Not that he was doing the job ever. He's just tearing our country apart. But I feel like this month is going to be huge for his health. For really bad health. And I don't know if you've peeked at JD's chart recently.
No, I haven't, but let me pull that up. Oh, Maria Rodriguez, you bought yourself a Miss Piggy teddy bear. Yes.
I love it. And Carl's saying that it's kind of what I'm saying. The 12th is when the Simpsons predicted he'd no longer be with us.
It was the 12th, not the 14th? That's great. The 12th. Well, isn't that nice? Okay.
I'm feeling this month. I really don't know how he's still standing, but I know we're all saying that. But I think he has a deal with the devil, but that's another story.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Let me look at Vance's chart.
We're looking at Vance. Rose is like, I'm banking on the Simpsons.
Oh.
Well, Kathy's looking at that.
There's going to be something about his marriage that comes to...
I've been saying it's over. It's over.
Well, but you know, it might not just be his legal marriage. We know he has another association.
Other relationships. Somebody's saying that he had lunch with Dumpy today. Yeah, I did hear that.
Huh.
I don't know what they talked about. I guess that's my department.
So he eats French fries and ketchup too.
Are you reading the chat?
No, I'm saying he looks awful. He is a demon. Yeah. I'm banking on the Simpsons. Now there is on Friday an interesting aspect at the full moon for Vance that might actually be kind of good. I know no one wants to hear.
Kind of good for him on the 8th. Well, he's miserable, so it can't be. You mean JD or Trump?
Yeah, JD. However, remember I mentioned that there's this wind tunnel, this grand trine, this round robin of energy, and it really does whip things up for him.
For JD, yeah.
A bit. Now, someone might look at this and say, oh, he's going to step in, but it's under real unstable conditions, so this is not a formula for him stepping into the presidency with any kind of solidness.
No.
That's not what I think it is.
No. No, I don't
do not think so.
No.
Mm-mm.
But he's hanging out with Teal.
No, you and I both have been thinking that for a long time.
Yes. Vance is going to fail too. So,
and Mercury retrograde has a lot to say about him. So there's some more dirt to come out after Mercury goes direct.
Oh, okay. And that's on the 11th?
Yeah. Mercury goes direct on the 11th, but it might be later in the month that the dirt hits about Vance. And there is dirt. There's dirt.
Oh, there's dirt. All right. Oh, yeah. We're going to dig. I'm going to kick in that Scorpio rising. We're going to dig. We're going to dig right into it.
Please do.
Yeah, I will. I think, okay, is there anything else that we have to hear from Kathy about before we say good day for now?
What I want to tell everybody is, once Mars moves into Libra and this flow of energy is activated, really monitor your thinking. I encourage you to harness your thoughts and direct them toward what do I want, rather than, oh my God, this is awful, we have to fight this. So
Yeah.
fight for what you want,
Yeah.
not fight against
Yeah.
what's there. Oh, Texas is issuing arrest warrants for Democrats who fled. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course they are.
They're trying to scare everybody. That's how
There
they
will be
get in.
lawsuits. There'll be lawsuits.
Yeah,
There'll be
I don't.
lawsuits for everything.
I don't feel like they're afraid. I don't feel like the Democrats that left are afraid. They're on the right side of history. And actually, what this is doing is this is getting the American people to go, what's going on there? What's going on there? So they're bringing all this. These fascists are bringing all this attention onto them and what they're doing. So they're putting the spotlight on their crimes.
Well, and for those of you in the chat who are not following what's going on in Texas all the time, which unfortunately I tend to do because my roots are there.
Right.
There was a huge public outcry against this redistricting.
Yeah.
It is wildly unpopular.
Yeah.
Wildly. And yet, these people want to ram it through.
Yeah, that's the only speed they know.
Yep.
And the more of the American people that wake up and activate, the less effective they'll be at just running roughshod over all of us.
Yep.
Because you know what? Whenever I tune into these fascists energetically, their energy is like Swiss cheese to me. And the Democrats that are the real public servants, that are real genuine and authentic, they're really solid and strong. So, we've got this.
I think so. Oh, Sage, the Scales Tarot. Your roots are in Dallas and East Texas. My roots are in Dallas also.
Yeah. And you're going to Texas, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Houston in a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So if anyone's in Houston, you can actually meet me in person.
You can meet Kathy or anyone in Houston? Are you doing readings? You're doing readings,
yes, I'm
right?
doing readings on Friday the 15th, I think. And then I'm giving a talk on Saturday the 16th at Body, Mind, and Soul about the Virgo Pisces eclipses. And then on Sunday the 17th, I'm giving a talk for the Houston Astrological Society about Saturn and Neptune and Aries. Alberta is the Texas of Canada. Yeah, it is.
I like it.
That's true.
Does anyone live in Houston now? Go check out where Kathy is.
I'll be floating around.
She'll be floating around Houston
on Thursday, so there we go.
And the name of the event is what?
Oh, on Saturday I will be at Body, Mind, and Soul Books.
Okay.
Which I worked out of for like 15 years. Beautiful, beautiful store. Actually, I'm doing readings there on Friday. I'm giving a talk about the eclipses there on Saturday. And then I'm going to talk for the Houston Astrological Society on Sunday. And I'll get as much Mexican food into my body as I can.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Connie B. Yes, Body, Mind, and Soul Book.
All right. Yes. So maybe some people from Texas will come and see you.
Come find me, meet me, say hi.
All right.
Michael Garrity not only is as Abbott an evil son of a gun.
He really is.
He is from the pull the ladder out from under you school of advancement, much like Clarence Thomas.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense to me. The level of cruelty that they can inflict on people is mind-boggling.
Yep.
Mind-boggling.
Yep.
So, well, you attracted a lot of attention. There's almost, there's close to 300 people in the house.
Well, great. So, everybody,
you're so
book
popular.
A reading with Annette. I have had her read me several times. She knows what she's talking about. She's really good.
Testimonial. Thank you.
You're welcome.
They will eventually.
Yeah, really, really, really.
Well, I so appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go make myself a margarita and watch TV.
All right, I'm going to have my cold beer. All right, thank you. We'll talk soon. All right, bye.
Bye.
That was fun. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. We'll do a group hug. And we have about, we have about half an hour left. So we'll go a little bit over. Yes, I'm an excellent psychic, by the way. I will inspire you and I'll kick you in the butt, too. In a good way. People like that. Okay, so based on what Kathy is saying and based on what my impressions have been, we are in this time of massive tumult. And we have to really, in order to get through this, we have to just learn how to, like, surf, right? We have to learn how to surf, right? So, do any of you surf? I'm not really a surfer. But we're going to get through this time. We're going to get through it and discover how resilient we are as we're going through this. And we'll read on a few things, too, in a moment. But I just am getting this really strong vibe. I'm having two things going on. One is, if I see a bad news story, yeah, that was great. Thank you, Kathy. If I see a bad news story, like, I had Mary Trump on earlier, and as soon as she said something about, we should be really worried about what Trump is going to do to Jack Smith, and I turn it right off. I turn on music and bake a cake. I love it. I love it. That's a great piece of advice, awesomeness. So I really recommend that you get your mind out of the gutter news. I'm not saying Mary Trump is gutter. I do appreciate everything she does. Anybody who fear-mongers, just consider any thought forms that are fear-mongering the gutter. Get out of the gutter. Because I feel that there's a huge correction coming. I mean, you don't have to get out of the gutter because of my feeling. You can feel your own feelings. I just want to say that there's a different kind of an energy. And if you can get out of the bad news and the depressing news, you can really get into the strong vibrational frequency. I was listening to Wes Moore. Who's he the governor of? Is Wes Moore the governor of, do I have this right? North Carolina? No. Somebody tell me Wes Moore. Maryland, that's what I thought. Okay. That's what I thought first. Okay. He was talking to, I think it was Brian Tyler Cohen, and the crime rate is way down. The crime rate is way down in Boston. The crime rates are down. This country is getting more evolved. And it's through this contrast of evil and good that we're really pulling more towards the good. I promise you that that's true. Okay, so watch the Biden-Harris inauguration for a good feeling, and watch watch all the campaigns from all the rallies from her campaign. Okay, so I want to show you all something that might help. Let's watch this.
We don't need the votes. I have so many votes. We don't need votes. I tell my people, I don't need any votes. We got all the votes we need. I don't need votes. We don't need votes. We got more votes than anybody's ever had. Do not have to vote. Don't worry about voting. The voting, we got plenty of votes.
Telling voters, do not bother to vote for me. It doesn't matter if you do. I don't need your votes. That is a thing that should prick up your ears.
Good evening, America! Everyone, good evening, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy lives. Thank you, everyone. So listen.
I know it's backwards.
And I think with our little secret, we're going to do really well with the House, right? Our little secret is having a big impact. He and I have a secret. We'll tell you what it is when the race is over.
What's the secret, Donald? What's the secret, Mike? Is the secret somehow wound up in these numbers I'm seeing that don't make sense?
I think my ballot was part of the burning ballot boxes that were on fire.
I knew something fishy was going on with this election. And everybody was saying the numbers didn't add up. And they not adding up.
Please go check your ballot status. I just checked mine and my vote did not count.
I do not go into conspiracy theories or any of that kind of stuff. However, I decided, just out of curiosity, should I go check to see if my ballot is registered or anything? I went on there, checked it. It doesn't have any record of my vote.
Last time, he lost the popular vote essentially by almost 8 million. And this time he won the popular by almost 5 million. We want to get Starlink hooked up because they have no communication whatsoever. Elon will always come through.
If he loses, man, what?
If he loses,
It does seem that way.
how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be today? Are we going to get audits? Are we going to get recounts? Recounts aren't feasible because of our election laws. But we can have audits. We can have audits in the swing states. Our democracy requires that our voices are heard. That's built into the Constitution. That's the whole point. And if our voices and our votes are not being counted, we should be upset. We should be looking into this. This is a big deal.
Trump didn't actually win the election in 2016. He lost the election, and he was put in office because the Russians interfered.
If you live in any of the swing states, I need you guys reaching out to your local and state election officials and say, hey, let's do an audit. Let's verify.
Some might think it is alarmist to be talking this way, but I think we should be preparing to defend against the worst case scenario, that foreign actors will target these outmoded machines and manipulate vote tallies. Given Russia's unprecedented effort to undermine confidence in our election system while attempting to interfere with the outcome of a presidential election, there is no question that the Kremlin is emboldened, along with other state and non-state actors, to try again.
All right. And that says it's time to act. Let Congress, tell Congress review the data. Okay, so what I want to tell you, and I'll post this on my community page. Believe, it says believe. I know the letters are backwards, that's why I'm on StreamYard. That's why I was trying to use StreamYard earlier, and then it didn't work out. It's frustrating enough. Anyway, so I'll share that on my community page. So as we're sort of winding down, because we had Kathy Beale, we had technical difficulties, and we had Kathy Beale, and a bunch of people have left. So you can ask a question. I've told you what my vibe is about what's going on. I think that we turn this country around. I see it. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones that Kamala won. The mugs are for sale on my website. You know, I had these made right after the election. And it's a Psychic News Network, so you know who said it. Who kept saying it, I'll say. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we'll have our group hug. What I know for sure, and so we won't get to the cards tonight because it's kind of a different show tonight. You know, we'll just ride the wave, right? What I really do know, I was listening to Jessica Denson today. We are going to turn this around. And Jessica Denson was kind of, you know, she gets really irritated that they didn't do the vote counts and they didn't investigate. And I know that she doesn't take it much further than that discussion, at least what I heard. But this is what I know. If Kamala had won, they were planning bloodshed. The fascist regime was planning for bloodshed. They said it more than once. And so I really sense that we avoided a catastrophe. And you all remember that I was saying my guides told me the reason that this happened the way that it did was because MAGA had to wake up and get out of the cult mind that they've been in. And that is, it's taken time and we have to be patient. But MAGA is getting out of cult mind, out of the shock of what's ended up happening. They're shocked, we're not. Okay? So there would have been a civil war. They were calling for it. You guys probably remember that. What's his name? Kevin Roberts. I think he's the head of the Heritage Foundation. All these people that wrote Project 2025. If Kamala had won, they said the leftists are gonna be sorry because there'll be bloodshed. So let's just take this as a kind of like a spiritual kind of awakening sort of thing. Let's take it as this is the way things need to go. And then the other thing I want to tell you, strictly psychic impressions and downloads, is that there is such a huge network of really dark, evil tech bros money and all that, right? By the way, I wonder where Elon went. I'll do a reading on it soon. And this planet needs for them to go before we can advance at all. And now the enemy is revealed, they're being revealed, and that's how they end up going out the door, out. And they're miserable people, they're horrible people. All these fascists are horrible people. They're very disturbed mentally, but there are more normal people than there are disturbed, terrible people. So we're in the middle of it. We're in the middle of a huge global transformation. And what that transformation involves is to expose the evil so that we can deal with it. So we'll end with a group hug. Yeah, people are losing their support. The independents, like you're kind of amazed. If somebody had told you in January how much they were going to F this whole thing up, and to have all this overreach, and if you had told people in January that the MAGAs were going to turn around, no one would have believed you. The devil needs to pick up his people. I like it. And just listening to the roar of Kamala's crowds gives you chills. Yeah, me too. And that was real truth. And when she was on the campaign trail, I was blown away by the energy that she was channeling. Big divine feminine. She was, the torch was handed to her on the day of the, to honor the guru. I'm trying to remember what you call that. Guru Purnima. It was that day. And she's got goddess energy through and through. So let's keep our eye on the prize. And let's end with a group hug. And thank you so much for joining tonight. And I will do a pop-up tomorrow. And thank you, Josh. Thank you for all your wonderful compliments. And we will do a group hug. And before we do a group hug, I just want to remind you, if you're a member, I finished up the series, the 5 days of videos, just short videos, on how to be powerful. I'm making an effort to make sure the join information is in the description. If it isn't, just look at a different video. When you join, you have access to all my presentations, and they're really life transforming, and they're based in, a whole lifetime of experience studying and practicing spirituality. And Church of Spirituality was amazing yesterday. Just go listen to the sermon if you don't have time for the rest. It's towards the end. Book a reading, psychicanetdion.com or spiritual life coaching, and let's do a group hug. And let's really know that Gaia is on our side, Mother Earth is on our side, that even the Pleiadians and the Arcturians are on our side, right? All our ancestors from the past are on our side. And speaking of that, please go and under the videos, do the meditation I recorded. It's only like 5 minutes to send really positive energy to the Democrats, the Texas Democrats. Okay? There's a lot of meditations available. You can go to them instead of freaking out. Okay, let's do a group hug, and let's do the group hug, sending all this positive energy to all the Democrats that are in the battle, that are in the front lines, that are working for us. I called Seth Moulton today and talked to them for a while, so that was good. Call your representatives. Tell them we need to stop the authoritarian takeover of America. All right? So let's send lots of energy in our group hug to the Democrats, and let's keep in our minds all the people that are deportees that are in these camps, and all the other problems. We're going to solve them with this group hug and everyone who's struggling. 1, 2, 3. Got a little background music there driving by. Thank you. So tonight was a little different, huh? We just roll with it. Thank you, Kathy. Much appreciate. We'll do a show when we work out the tech glitches. We'll do a show side by side together. Love you lots. We'll see you on Off the Ledge tomorrow morning. Namaste. See you later. It was really fun.